Greetings, dudes and dudettes. Just coming in with a different kind of video. I'm actually thinking of doing this for a good bit. Do have to give the shout out to Candy actually. And ended up convincing me enough to play the Master Duel. Otherwise, I would not have been recording this or even playing it at all. Because I kind of have my opinions on this game, but so yeah, I've been playing it sparingly. So it's I just started not too long ago. Oh yeah, the beginning of the game is kind of rough. I guess it just depends, but I guess considering I've kind of jumped in a little late, but yeah, the competition itself, like playing online, is pretty gnarly actually. Obviously they're playing meta cards in a nutshell. Well, it's not going to be a bit pleasant, and especially when you start the game with the type of decks you can choose, which I recall there was 3. Yeah, not good enough in my opinion, but I do know, like, when you start, there is a good amount of gems, so you'll be able to spend on something, but I would say if you've already, you're familiar with the Yu-Gi-Oh card game, especially like now, well, in this game specifically too, but you should have a rough idea of a deck to start. But yeah, so these are just like my replays I've hung on to. So I'm gonna go through them. I mean, whatever commentary, if I still recall. I'll do my best though. Like right now I can only save up to 11 max. So as time goes on, like maybe I'll get more later. Yeah, I mean, I'm not playing it like a lot, just kind of like a duel or two, just considering time. But anyways, yeah, so I'll go through in order from the bottom. So this was literally like my first official like duel in this one. You'll have an idea what decks they are. So yeah, so without further ado, let's begin. Okay, so yeah, I am playing on the Nintendo Switch. It is cross-platform. So yeah, just for the ease of access, you know, take it with you. Duel 1. Yeah, in this game, it's 1 out of 1. So whoever wins is the winner. So yeah, one of the early decks that I got was Blue Eyes. In my opinion, I would recommend picking that, as it's even getting to its card should be accessible pretty quickly. And it's good enough. I mean, you'll still have your kind of struggles with current meta in Master Duel. So, and this is Dracotail, which talking with Candy, like yeah, it's like all over Master Duel. At least at the time when I started here. And that's that time she told me when she's played. So yeah, but Dracotail is really flexible in what they can do. It's pretty impressive deck. You can do things for yourself, or assuming you're the player, or you can do things to your opponent. And pretty he's got a really flexible type of gameplay. It's pretty crazy. Went with the main summon there, but didn't work. Yep, this card made in white, True Light. And you play that spell to special summon the Blue Eyes. I was just getting denied here constantly, so if it wasn't for the bounce of Spiritualize the Blue, I could have done the Link Summon, but yeah. As you can see, you know, when you're first starting. But you just see, yeah, Dracotail in action. Well, there's the shop too, so I'm assuming if you rack up enough gems, you could just invest in this. It's really strong, really strong. It's good. Yeah, see, it's just things like just, you know, the opponent just was not letting me do anything. Yeah, play Ghost over. As long as it's a face-up card, it can destroy it. Yeah, see, it's not gonna lie, it's pretty strong. Normal summon got used up, so I had to end my turn there. Banishes 2. Unfortunately, the 2 good ones. Yeah, that spell that he banished, if I had a Blue Eyes, I could have continued play with it, and I couldn't play it in the first I put it face down. would have searched me 2 cards. One spell that mentions Blue Eyes and a level 1 tuner if I remember. Main and White is in the event Blue Eyes while White Dragon gets summoned. She special summons from the graveyard, so yeah. Definitely the Dracotail players huge advantage. But you'll be surprised as you saw the victory condition. And yeah, since I started it's a bronze, so nothing special here. Some impressive plays though, considering. So you can only imagine as you go up in the ranks. But yeah, so I'm just like learning these new. Well, I am aware of the actual trading card game. So yeah, you get to see the names if you read it fast enough. Yeah, pretty crazy style that it has. Man, crazy. And you're gonna find out why. One of the things I have, one of the issues with this game that I don't like is yeah, because I won the time limit. Well, it does have a timer. I mean, you do have a good amount of time, but it's just like, obviously the replay says playing is only keeping track of what cards were played. So, technically that player should have won, in my opinion, so. But anyway, so that was a funny one, how I won, and yeah, that was one of my first. So this one, actually one of my favorite decks, as you're seeing now it's gonna be basically from here on in as I post more videos. I'm gonna be using Dark World and Dangers, hence the name Danger Dark World or Dark World Dangers, depending on the name. But it's actually one of my favorite decks, and I've seen like some other videos out there on YouTube that some players actually have it. And I think low key it's a good deck. Obviously, with a few chokeholds would be like you can banish their cards or like Golden Logbird or something. That's the only way it can be stopped. But anything with around banishing, yeah, it's basically over. It is kind of an older deck, but yeah, from here on in is gonna be this deck. So it isn't complete. It's not done as of this time. There's gotten some better cards since, but yeah, these are just early replay. So I recall around this time I must have collected a good amount of gems. So I know early game you'll get a good amount. So we'll get to see where my Dark World or my Danger Dark World deck is at. It is better now, but back then, yeah, it was just whatever I was able to grab. So, here we go. So yeah, Genta, if you have it in your hand, you discard. Add Gates of Dark World. Go for fusion play. Yeah, like I said, pretty flexible and been doing it even on my turn. I don't personally like the hand to be fair. I actually own the cards in real life. It's just yeah, I don't like the hand. But could have been better, but you can't help it that it's Master Duel, so. So anyways, yeah, Ash Blossom didn't technically work because I still had Genta. When it's banished, it's special summons. You can only do it once a turn. So it's not the end of the world. There's always ways to play. That was kind of clutch with Danger Nessie. Yeah, the Danger cards are pretty interesting because they kind of have a synergy with Dark World. The Dangers hacked around about discarding. So yeah, it works kind of really well. It ultimately depends on what kind of hand I end up getting. So yeah, when I play card destruction, that was a good time to play. You know, you see Grappa pops a card on the field. This happened. That's a special summon when you discard it. Okay, go for a Synchro here, I recall. That was kind of fortunate that this card is actually can still play it in this game, but in the actual TCG it's banned. Pretty good Omni Negate, I'd say. Yeah, the hand improved a little bit. This was a funny play here. I was pretty stupid. Like, for some reason I was thinking of playing this fusion card here, which I should have played the fusion Grappa. Would have been one less card required. So yeah, I am playing overall pretty noobish. Nothing too spectacular. On top of like the deck's incomplete as of this time. So I'm just playing whatever I'm able to get in game. So yeah, see, like the deck's not too bad. Like it's pretty I like it because it's kind of like a if your discarding goes well, it think of it as like you're just reloading ammo and like you still can keep playing. It's pretty crazy. You can go far as long as it doesn't get hampered. Like Drone Lopper will definitely stop his strategy like dead in its tracks. Anything banishing, the last replay will show it. So yeah, every deck has weaknesses, of course, but it's just cool that even in this state, it's very playable. All right, next one. Can't tell from here this one, but we'll check momentarily. Oh yeah, as you're seeing, because I have a lot of Danger Dark World, so it is one of my favorite decks. Yeah, shout out to Vato on my channel when I see him on. Known him for a long time. He actually there was a time that I did quit Yu-Gi-Oh! The Astro game years ago. This was around Synchro era. That's where I officially was like, okay, I'm done with the game. Oh gosh, Perulia. That's one of my first cards I ever pulled when I first booted this game up. But anyways, so I remember he wanted me to come back to play. Then he introduced me to the one of the structure decks called Dark World, which is kind of funny. So that's how I came back. It's just a really cool strategy to discard. In its time, obviously, it's requiring a card effect to discard, not to pay us a cost. So it's kind of weird to, at first, like to understand that ruling. So, yeah, but it's a cool little playstyle of Dark World, and in its time. Currently, like the way it plays, it's pretty good. Got like the actual support it needs to keep playing. I hear the term of players saying that it can have a lot of gas, just keeps playing. So like I said, it's incomplete right now. But yeah, that was a long time ago. I forgot what year, anyways. With my friend Vato telling me about the structure deck, so that's when I kind of came back. And it was kind of cool, like when Konami decided to do like a new structure deck for it, or a new updated structure deck, I should say. Yeah, it came with like several new cards in it. Yeah, definitely improved the strategy for sure. Oh, anyways, let's see what's going on here. Not gonna lie, I should have, I guess I was thinking, if I recall, it should have been Ceruli or the Dark World Archives, but... Okay, so this is the strategy, so that's happening here. So I played Silva, and then... Since that other card, Ceruli's all the way on the opponent's side, it activated as if the opponent played it. So because it did that, it's activating Dark World's second effect. So in this case for Silva, it did sends 2 random cards from the hand to the... If I recall, bottom of the deck? Yeah, so it's not once a turn either. It's pretty... If you get that setup, it's pretty crazy. But yeah, that was a cool ending there. I didn't kind of catch, but... yeah. So this next one, this one for sure, yeah, I know this one, Eldlich. In Master Duel, you can actually play the story of Eldlich. I remember playing that one. But yeah, this game does have story mode. Pretty cool, like, to give it the archetype stories. So you can get a good, like... you know, source material of the archetypes, because I know there's some people out there that kind of keep track of the lore of the archetypes. Oh man, this would have been nice for me, but I kind of wonder if I should have discarded, but I wasn't Perulia, but it is what it is, I guess. So yeah, it's fortunate the opponent had I forget her name. But yeah, she played Zombie World, and then there's Eldlich. Jeez, man. The power of the Mold Charmies. I think it's called Koalos. That's the one that I tend to see a lot. Man, oh, that was perfect right there. Sweet. You kind of, that's what you want to happen. See things like that, and then yeah, special summon. You do more. So as long as you have a big, sizable hand, like, and if you have a danger monster in your hand, you can like play. I guess ultimately it says whatever other cards you're gonna have to add to, you can continue the, you know, continuing the combo. Decided to get rid of that. That field spell actually was making, if I recall, zombie type in the graveyard, so I didn't want it to be a problem, so. Yeah, the other player quit like that. Yeah, it was already over because connection failed. I think in my opinion, like, yeah, Danger Dark World should take out Eldlich, no problem. Not that it's a bad deck or anything, but yeah, it's just, yeah, I just had a lot of, you could say, the ammo. Okay, prepare. So this is a lose. It'll speak for itself. Pretty insane. And this is in bronze too. It is what it is, so so I will provide losses as well, might as well, because it's I don't play it too often. And I'm saving like replays, so yeah, like I said, just expect more of this. Yeah, not playing it too seriously, but I just knew the deck I had to build in Master Duel. Yeah, had to play Danger Dark World. Yeah, one of my favorite decks. So yeah, the Bellstar, what else did I remember? Snake Eyes, Horus cards, Kashtira, gosh, Tearlaments, if I remember. Yeah, this is, there's Tearlaments right there. So, like, in the actual TCG, if you don't know, but there was a time, like, I forgot it, 2 years ago, I don't remember how long, but there was the so-called Ishizu Tearlaments, and then Kashtira. Well, and Horus. Well, there was a time with a deck called Ishizu Tearlaments. Yeah, it was pretty insane deck of what it was able to do, and yeah, it's let's just say like you're using your deck, like sending stuff from it to the graveyard, and it just triggered effects. So all those cards actually did that. So that's what that opponent's gonna do. Yeah, there's Snake Eyes. In the TCG, it is pretty, there was a lot of cards that got hit, so it's like, you can't really pull this off, but again, there's certain cards that there are banned too. If I recall in the TCG, that snake-looking one, that one got banned for sure. So yeah, I do believe like this strategy wouldn't work in the actual card game. Like I said, yeah, it's pretty impressive plays here. What's it going for? Oh, curious. It's gonna send a card from deck to graveyard. Another Tearlaments I saw. And that triggers her. I mean, he has no hand, but like all these cards that do stuff in the graveyard or they get sent to the graveyard. Yeah, it's pretty insane. Oh yeah, this card in the actual card game is banned too. Yeah, it's a really good card. Yeah, Tearlaments, Kashtira. Yeah, so a lot of sending from deck to graveyard. If you're wondering how could you stop this, what could you do? Like, obviously there's a card called Nibiru, the Primal Being. That card says if your opponent normal special summons 5 times or more, and then you get special summon, and then the monsters on your attributed, and then place a token on your opponent's side in the position of your choice. But yeah, this is just. And the Fiendsmith. Okay, now that I saw Fiendsmith work for you. Yeah, the Fiendsmith archetype is pretty flexible and a lot of decks you can put it in. In terms of a lot of extra deck summoning, so I can see a card. Well, I don't. You wouldn't be able to play it though, but unless you went first, you could try something like Say It. I forget if Salesman is a quick play. I don't remember. I mean, I would assume you could do like Forbidden Chalice or I believe it's called Chalice. What is another one? Forbidden Droplet. I would assume that, depending on kind of deck you're playing. Okay, so that yeah, I didn't catch the name, but that black card, that card's effect is pretty insane. Oh, there you go, Rise Heart. Yeah, it's if I recall, I think its effects is per chain. So as it kept happening, it just kept activating its effect like non-stop with like material. So it had more than enough material to do its other effect. It has to do with like banishing or something like that. So right now he has a, if I recall, I think he has less cards right now in the deck, but you'll see that it's not gonna matter. There is a very old school card. I forget the name. Penguin Knight. I think it's called Penguin Knight. But it's a penguin card. It's a very old card, way back in the when the game was first introduced, like within that year. It's funny because it says that if it was in the deck and got sent to the graveyard by your opponent, you can actually take all your cards from the graveyard and then just put it back in the deck. So I wanted to say, actually at the time with this, I mean, it's like how would you be able to? Yeah, it would have worked. You can kind of tell how many cards in the graveyard. So see, like, you're gonna see what he's gonna do. Like, it was pretty funny. Because it's kind of like all you need is just survive your turn, but I do recall like he puts one card back into the deck, if I recall right. Yeah, if I recall, I think he had like one card left. I did see I had Danger Mothman. Yeah, so each time you're essentially banishing, put one on its material. Yeah, it's pretty busted. And that's the last card. So by the time so this is how I lose basically, because I start my turn because you need to draw. Yeah, see, then he put one back. So if the circumstances were there where I had at least an additional card than the other player, played Danger Mothman, and if it went through, yeah, I would have won for sure, but because I had no cards in the deck, Yeah, so I couldn't play. Oh man. And this is just the beginner stuff. This is a bronze. So when you first start the game. Yeah, in the actual card game, I don't think you'd be able to pull it off. Yeah, because certain I did see certain cards that in the actual card game they're banned. But yeah, in here it's kind of crazy that they're still played. But anyways, we'll keep going. I can tell this is Blackwing that I played against. Get to it. But yeah, it's just circumstances, you know. Just you know, obviously in this game, if you have the hand traps, you know, let's see, what could you have played if you had, or like Effect Veiler, Ash Blossom, Infinite Impermanence. I would say Infinite Impermanence might be perfect on the Kashtira or Rise Heart, I would assume. The Dominus traps. Drone Lockbird, I guess. Because it just ultimately depends. Maybe Dimension Shifter, I'm not sure. It's just cards that I'm trying to think. Yeah, so actually, around the time that I started to invest a little bit in the actual card game, I do recall, yeah, Blackwing's got some support. Man, back in our time when they first came out in the Synchron era, yeah, that's around the time right after around that time, that's when I quit playing officially. Got that time. Yeah, let's see what happens here. This is basically the strat. Boom, boom, boom. In the situation here, I guess it depends. Since my opponent had one card in the hand, yeah, I went for that card, the gold. Normally I would go for silver, but more cards on the opponent's side of the field, so I decided to go with gold. You'll see in a moment. Ooh, Dark World Archives. That's gonna come in handy later. Ooh. So normally you would play Dark Corridor and then get Snow, but I decided to go with Cerulli. So yeah, since yeah, you want to play that monster on the opponent's side so you can trigger the Dark World's monster's secondary effects, and they're pretty good. See, so gold pops 2 cards. Silva goes after 2 random cards in the opponent's hand and they put it back to the deck. I believe they go to the bottom. Go for a Synchro. Kind of decided Chaos Angel because it banishes 1 card. Pretty good. Yeah, so that monster returns like Dark World monsters, so pretty cool. Oh yeah, so those warriors Ken and Gen, yeah, pretty good too. They kind of act like as like a similar situation with Cerulli. Yeah, that's kind of. I guess I'm pretty mean, I guess. I guess here, it could have been gold, but I decided to go for that monster, Rainbow. It's funny because the Dark World archetype, all the monsters' names are based on colors. Let's see what. Oh, yeah. If you play card destruction, like they usually say that you should win here. Graphite will pop a card if there was one. That's okay. The little 3-headed doggy, you get special summon discarded. Wheel, since it got sent to the graveyard, you got that spell. Alright, special summon. Put it back in my hand. Grapha. Yeah, Grapha always special summons from the graveyard if you have a Dark World monster on the field. We're on the floor. One of my favorite on the negates. Works well with this deck too. What did I go for here? Oh wow, I put back Chaos Angel. So in this deck, like the reason it's not at full power right now, because I think right here at this time I only had 1 Grapha and one of that other monster you're seeing, Rainbow. It's kind of funny. There's a Rainbow, the new Rainbow, and then there's like the old school Rainbow. Well, the old school Rainbow's in the hand. The improved one is in the graveyard right now. But yeah. Yeah, I can play. The only thing is that since this game has like a timer, so you have to kind of play methodically, I guess. Play a little smart. Yeah, that's game basically. You can't do nothing here. Even if the opponent can play something in their hand, I have burned the floor. So there's nothing they can do. Yeah, pretty cool. Okay, so I've seen Junk Synchron. I am aware that it's gotten some new cards in here. Or the 4th anniversary actually brought those cards out. Now, if you're probably wondering if I enjoyed the game, it's kind of... Excuse me, still a little sick. It's not pleasant to be perfectly honest. Just I don't know. There's just something about this game that the way it's kind of designed. I can understand why a lot of people like kind of steer away. Only like the real like good players are still playing because obviously they have access to like the best cards and they have collected the gems, you know. I do recall when this game first came out, like you were getting like good amount of gems, but Konami kind of decreased the reward system, so you don't really gain a lot. So it kind of makes it real bad for newcomers to try to get in here. To be honest, I think the best way to actually get players to show up is to actually, ironically enough, bring new formats or bring the old formats, make those like available. Funnily enough, I say that because ironically, Konami actually ended like old formats. They introduced Genesis. Yeah, in my honest opinion, that could save this game. I guess it just depends on like. You know, I don't know how many players are investing in this, but like you could actually not have to pay. It's just you know, I do feel it's kind of designed around if you want to play the best cards. It's just yeah, the tier system works fine, but not in a way that's like you know, you're gonna have a pleasant experience at the beginning. Well, 4 monsters are either Saryuja or Abawaku. Oh man, I like her. But anyways, yeah, I would say Master Duel would could be a great game if they provide old formats. It is unfortunate because there's like a good amount of players that are still playing this, but a majority have noticed that they did quit. Yeah, it's just not gonna be good times. Let's just say. Yeah, the card game itself is kind of complicated now since in its early days. And yeah, with that hand, like. Yeah. Again, this deck, like right now, even by this replay, like my deck's not complete yet. I can kind of tell already, but oh, these are more recent here. So yeah, Spright. Actually, funnily enough, I do own that deck too. When it first came out, they were a pretty interesting deck. Initially, people thought that Spright was actually good when it first came out over the Tearlaments, but little did we find out that Tearlaments was the best. But anyways, but yeah, if you are gonna invest in the game, then sure, you know, you'll have access to the best cards, so you'll have a good time. But I think for the majority, yeah, it's just not a way to start off. Yeah, so the Spright deck here, they kind of work around on their level, so as long as you're playing a level rank 2 deck, or Link 2s, pretty cool. They keep summoning each other, so Fairly straightforward deck to play too. Not really any curveballs or anything. Oh yeah, so this is the monster that stops Nibiru, so it's like you're gonna be safe. It gained its attack to 32 from 16. It doubled basically because it used if I recall, a Link 2 monster. I forget if it can also use a rank. So yeah, the card's pretty good. In my opinion, I know Konami meant well. I know there's like a somewhat of a solo mode for Spright archetype. It only teaches pretty basics of it, nothing too crazy, but yeah, unfortunately the deck it could actually go better than this. But yeah, like I said, I actually own the deck. I actually have the Sprites and Life Twins, what they're called. But yeah, it could. Again, I'm in bronze here, so again, I'm not playing it too often, but here and there. But yeah, this hand is actually, we'll see what happens. Unfortunately, I have that card canned in my hand, so not good. It's pretty sad. Let's see what happens here. I have to go for Dark World Archives here. Yeah, because I have Grappa, so I'll be able to pop. I kind of wonder if I played this correctly here, but I'm not sure. I had Grappa, so I could have already popped right away, but yeah, I can do it right here. But I do recall it ends up working out fine though. But I think I remember the duel. I could have played a little better, but it ultimately depends on the hand and everything. Alright, gotta play one more. Okay, bye-bye. Okay, so if I recall there, because I have Pot of Avarice in my hand, because I didn't want Ken in my hand. So for right now, like, Pot of Avarice is... If I play, we'll find out. Okay, so the issue here, now that I played Muckraker, so I have to stay with Fiends for the remainder of the turn. So the card is good, but you have to be kind of extra careful, though. Okay, so I was going for a chance to play something. So here I could have played it until before he started the battle phase, or she, I'm not sure, but the other player. Kind of... I don't play correctly, like, ish. It still worked out either way, but... he banished the field spell, but that doesn't matter. Unfortunately, the popping I didn't go through, but that happened. So the player has no field, didn't surrender, so see what happens now. Okay, special summon that monster. I can add a Dark World card, so I end up adding a Session. That's a fusion spell. Yeah, Bruil's I kind of like it in the deck personally, just because it's kind of like a replacement for Fiends. Well, not a bad card. I discarded okay. Yeah, that continuous spell's so nice. So, reinforcement of the army, I could have played it, but it's okay. I basically win here. Boom. Alright. Like I said, like, the other player, I think, went for the, whatever the solo mode taught. But it could play more than that, though. I can say that much for sure. Okay, Amazonis. Yeah, I remember Amazon is getting support. I remember from way back in the my high school era of when Konami first introduced the Amazons. There was just some cards, you know, from the anime, of course. Oh gosh, it takes me back. That's already back in the, what, early 2000s, I believe? 2002. I do recall when I started high school, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Must have come out around that time. 03, 04. I don't remember, but since that time. Yeah, it's a very, I think the deck is kind of straightforward. Nothing like the modern cards, of course, but, yeah, see, like, that's it. Alright, so this hand is actually, yeah, pretty good. I like this hand. That's the thing I have with this game that, I don't know how, I don't know for what reasons, I don't know, but for what, somehow, like, I would never think Mutiny in the Sky, because it's only one copy in the deck, but I see it a lot, or like, Gen, or not again, sorry, Ken. That one monster that looks like a warrior, like, it's always in my hand. So, yeah, the thing with Danger Dark World, you need a decent hand to start off. If you don't have a good hand, you could potentially not play anything good. Yeah. Alright, we're gonna play it again, because I had another one. Yeah, so have you noticed with Gold and Silver, they always special summon when they're discarded by a card effect. Since that card got banished, it's special summon, there's Silva. There we go here, the Link. Oh, one of my favorites. Turn them. Yeah, that's a good card. Bounces back. That's another thing with this game too, because nowadays, with modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Playing cards, actually placing them means something, so you do have to consider where you're putting them, so you can make the correct plays. Otherwise, if you put a card in the wrong spot, then it might interrupt, like how far you could take a combo or something. So yeah, that's another thing to learn. I mean, even the rulebooks won't explain it, but yeah, placing cards in certain places, they do mean something. Gotta play it methodically, you could say, you know. Alright, there goes Snow. That's actually one of the Dark World's best cards. You can search for any Dark World card, actually, even it says in their text. The opponent has no hand, so assuming everything goes, it should be another win here. Oh, both gold and silver. Oh, wow. Oh, gosh, I target Chaos Angel. This card is so good. It doesn't say if it's Synchro Summon, it says if it's Special Summon, you can banish one card. Or I believe it says target a card and banish it. Yeah, pretty crazy. If I recall, maybe the timer was low here, but yeah. And there you go. Gosh, I love Chaos Angel, not gonna lie. Oh, man. Alright, we're getting to the end. Which one was this? Yeah, Team Sexy Boy, I like the name. Oh, I believe this was just literally, like, tonight. Earlier tonight. I'll find out what this player played. No, again, yeah, I'm playing it on the Nintendo Switch. Not gonna lie, I love my Nintendo Switch. Oh, gosh. This hand is, something. Oh, Synchron, okay. Yeah, the update kind of provided the John Synchron's new cards. So, pretty cool. I'm not familiar. I mean, the original cards I do recall. He was supposed to play Junk Synchron, if I remember the card's name, but We've got like new support now. It's pretty cool, pretty good. I'm not familiar with it, but for what it was able to summon in terms of cards, like it's pretty crazy. And then for the type of synchro plays you could do, yeah, really good. That's the new one right there. I'm not even highlighting anything, but there is that option to pause, but that could be probably for later on. I guess think of this as like an intro video, you know, because I'm just starting this game. Not seriously, but you know, if you're into Yu-Gi-Oh in some way, you know. And yeah, nothing impressive in terms of like my rank, but yeah, I recall not liking this hand. Yeah, Snow discarded, insert a Dark World card. Oh gosh, man. Okay, so banish Snow, discard Rainbow, draw a card, search for a level 5 for... See, that was the thing right there I didn't understand. I personally did not like my hand in this one, but that happened. Oh my goodness, man. That's the thing. Ultimately, like, it's only best of 1, and the actual card game is 2 out of 3, which not the reason I don't like this game, but I don't know. Overall, like, that's why I'm not playing it seriously. It's just more of like, just play it casually. But overall, my Dark World deck, my Danger Dark World deck is overall pretty, it can handle itself pretty well. Still incomplete, so I'm hoping to, at some point, complete it. Yeah, because right now it's like, it's not at full power, so it's missing some cards. For sure I need like 2 copies of the Rainbow card. What else am I missing? I could argue one more of that field spell, one more Grapha. I know the extra deck's missing some cards too. So yeah, it's like it's not full power yet, but for what it does, like it's like, you know, I'm pretty happy with that. And yeah, this is the last one. Yeah, the 11th save duel. Let's get to it. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I thought I came in pretty confident until he played one continuous spell. And here will be the demonstration of one of Danger Dark World's big weaknesses. I would argue this hand, not too bad. Yeah, so I pop a card, pop itself, and draw. I got another one, and you pop. The field spell. So this is, what's it? True Draco? Yeah, so for what it played, I thought I was gonna come in, but this card was played. I knew what it was, so yeah. So here it says any monster sent to the graveyard is banished instead. So if this wasn't played, I would have won for sure. I think potentially I would win. So the reason why this deck actually loses to cards such as this, yeah, first off, it says any monster sent to the graveyard is banished. So that means even from the hand, from the field, deck. So that's one of this deck's choke points. Again, because my deck was incomplete, like maybe I could have played something better here, which unfortunately I do not. And he does lower the attack points here, so let's see actually if he hadn't played that. Oh, that's fine. We'll just let him play. I didn't see that attack earlier. But he did play smart, though. This is the only thing I could play. I am aware of Ice... Or let's say, for example, IP Masquerena. Let's say I could have had played here, or... Yeah, I don't have SP Little Knight, for example. Or even like here, like the Nightmare Unicorn or whatever. The cards like that could make a difference. You just never know, you know. But yeah, he kind of the other player had the advantage here at this point. So yeah, if it wasn't for that Dimension Fisher, this what it's called, Dimensional? Oh, Dimensional Fisher. Okay. Majority of decks actually hates that continuous spell. Yeah, that monster got negated by, if I recall, was this trap. Negate the effects of all face-on monsters on the field. So, yeah. Got stopped there. I went for, like, the draw. Yeah, for me, it's kind of like you have to stick it out to the end, man. You know? Fortunately, with the dangers, yeah, sadly, I mean, they can still trigger effects. It's just as if it's discarded. So, it's the Dark World cards that they get hurt really bad here. But yeah, I'm just the type to kind of let the duel end, or you gotta get to the end anyways. But yeah, I would say Dark World would have won if it wasn't for that continuous spell slow. But there you go. Yeah, so, I mean, that other circumstances, you know, so, oh gosh. Yeah, if I'd have played, or if at least if I owned certain cards, would be a different outcome, but, or maybe just different place. But anyway, so there you go. That's it for the video. Actually, let me know what you think on this, you know, if you like this layout, I think it's just gonna be like this, just show the whole game and stuff. So, again, it's just gonna be playing pure casual, nothing too crazy out there. I'm hoping I can have my Danger Dark World at full power in here, so that way I can come out with better quality duels. But like I said, like we'll see if I can improve my rank as well. So, and then actually, if my Danger Dark World can still keep up, you know, things like that, you know. But yeah, hope you enjoyed that, you know, and I'll see you in the next video that I bring out, you know. Still got some other video ideas in mind too, some that I want to bring back and stuff like that. So yeah, actually, let me know what you think with Master Duel if you want to see more. So yeah, you know, coming away. If you like the video, give it a like as well, you know, and yeah, I'll see you next time.
Thank you so much for watching my video. Woohoo! See you next time.